Hello, this is Katie from Untold Italy, your Italy trip planning resource. I'm here today to show you how to use our Italy trip cost calculator. We created this tool to help you plan your trip to Italy and understand some of the costs that are involved in building a trip to Italy. When you've finished using this tool, you'll be able to have a general budget of what you need to account for when you're planning a trip. You can share this with your travel advisor, or you can use it to map against any group tours that you want to do, or just have it as a reference if you're building your own trip. So I'm going to take you step by step on how to use this tool, and hopefully at the end you'll have your own cost. Okay, so first things first, any cells that are green need to have data entered into them. So you will need to choose the currency, and in this case we'll choose US dollars, but you can also choose British pounds or Australian dollars. You'll also need to choose your travel style, either mid-range, budget or luxury. I'm going to choose mid-range for this. And your preferred intercity transport. So most of the time when we're going between cities in Italy, we'd like to choose the train. So I will choose a train, but you can also choose car. If you choose car, you'll also need to choose the size of car. So for 4 people, that's for 2 to 4 people, up to 6 people or 8 people. But we'll be choosing the train, and that's not required. The next step is to choose the adults that will be going on the trip. How many adults? So we need to put in here, we're going to put in 2 this time. We're not taking the kids this time, we're leaving them at home, but if you were traveling with children, you would need to add them in here too. Children over 12 will be considered adults for the purposes of this tool. The next step is to enter your trip length. So for this trip, we're going to be going for 12 nights. And then we'll only require 1 room because we'll be sharing. The next step is to enter the number of destinations you'll be visiting. So for this trip, we'll be going to Rome, Florence and Venice. So that's 3 destinations. So I enter that here. Now what you can see is the tool has presented you with the summary of your trip costs. So you can see that accommodation is likely to cost you nearly $2,000, intercity transport around $333, local transport, food, tours, tickets, insurance, and incidentals such as Wi-Fi, baggage storage and small tips. So the next step then is you've got a summary of those costs without flights, but you now need to also find out your flight costs. So if you want to do that, we've got links here to Skyscanner or Google Flights where you can find out the average cost of flights from your city. Now it's too difficult to work that out on this tool, but if you quickly go over there, you can find out the cost per person for your flights. Now you will need to sort of have a play around and look at the variables, but for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to say that the flights are going to be $500 each. So there's 2 of us, so that's going to be $1,000. So now we can see that the total trip cost for Italy is going to be nearly $7,000 for a 12-day trip. If you need some help, you can head over to our article, How Much Does a Trip to Italy Cost? Or you can watch the instruction video again, or visit our Italy Travel Planning Facebook group. The links to all of that are in the spreadsheet. Thanks for listening, and we hope we can help you plan an amazing trip to Italy.